Great to have you with us. Now, in our first story, residents living around the Ordo River say the ongoing desilting of the drain has not changed much about the flooding situation in the area. Work is ongoing on the Ordo River to remove silt and solid waste from it to ensure the smooth flow of liquid waste. After 4 hours of rain last night, however, residents say the Ordo spilled over again and flooded their homes. They want dredge masters to stop dumping the silt at the edge of the drains.
The water entered our shops and destroyed the goods we bought just yesterday. I haven't seen any improvement since the desilting began.
Useless job no more. The bar na hanging a year costro. It's a gata no, it's a sentiment called marketing. Now I say a day.
When I got to my shop, the entire place was flooded because there's no passage for the water to flow. So I had to create my own. I see them working on the drains, but it's not changing the situation because they heap the debris on the bank of the drain and the rain washes it back.
So it's to me, one such right. Sanse adwuma na omo yo mote anwea na omo say de gu nsuo na no nti nsuo ni to a na say de anwea na be gu amana ni ma ye nsuo ni nti yan ye wodwa ni nsuo ni ntime nkọ gata ni
be one o'clock eko yi no nsuo start here me tumo dem de da nyina pansa mapo.
When the rain started, all my clothes were carried away. I don't understand why they keep the sand at the bank of the Ordo. It renders the entire job useless.
No matter go until so to a better and run said the answer to Mugum. No, a Jumana more than a chair say, and when you said the more said Jumano.
Let's move from flooding now. She bears fresh knife wounds on her head, the result of multiple stabbing by her husband while she was asleep. But this is only the latest in a series of abuses a 30-year-old Ekia has suffered at the hands of her husband. In one of many attacks, the man attempted pouring acid on her, but missed. The man is now on the run, and the police have launched a manhunt. Nancy Emefa Jodosi visited the family and reports.
Amidon. No, Boami.
Ekia, as she wants to be called, expressing how she felt 13 years ago for her spouse, Prince Kofi Sapong. This was before the physical abuses started. She recalled the very first time she was beaten.
No, it was Obo, Miss Small Boy and Kwame.
He beat our 3-year-old boy, and I questioned him. Right when I carried the boy away, he pulled me to himself and started punching me. He burnt all my clothes after that. My face got swollen, leaving me with bloodshot eyes.
Subsequently, she says the man on several attempts tried to kill her.
While returning home from an all-night service, he was up there in a tree with acid. But God being so good, he fell from the tree with it, and it didn't spill on me.
The couple have 2 children. Her 13-year-old daughter, Isabella, remembers one of the days her dad laid hands on her mother.
When a fight came between them, my dad had to beat my mom.
Your dad beat your mom?
Yes.
You were there?
Yes. My younger brother too was there. I was very disappointed to see my dad do that. I was very ashamed. I felt ashamed for him.
She had reported all these incidents to the Nima police station, but the families decided to settle it at home.
Okay, my tremu but my uncle beam.
I reported the previous incident at the Nima police station, but I never followed up because our family pleaded that it should be dealt with at home. I forgave him because I thought he would change.
The
latest assault happened on the 27th of May 2019, which almost resulted in her death. The husband inflicted knife wounds on her head while she was deep asleep at night.
Last week Monday, last week Sunday, no. Mada, me who say wa meda e wo dem ho. Ti by 4 o'clock ahomachi no. Monday na obedai. Ti obedai na boy bi wo efia na obefrɛ no say kofi wo twɛn wo. Nti me se me kɔhwɛ adekora twɛn no. Ti me ba na sister bi ti ha. Na me say sister wo ye de wa ha. No so kofi abefa na free circle. Ene ne na be abeda. Ti wo say o man iska na wo nko. Ti o na ba ma dwum say me wo sika wo me bag nim. Na ma me nkofa ansa na wa fa de ati oba ne ka.
Last week Sunday, he brought a prostitute to the house and stole 120 Ghana cedi from my bag to pay her. I couldn't fight him because I was scared. The next day, around midnight, I felt a sharp pain thrusting my skull. I placed my hand on my head and I felt another sharp pain. I got up immediately. My husband was digging my head with the knife. He then tried to strangle me. I was pleading in pain. I had the chance to run out to get help.
Na said muja ni to me no. Na me nim sade enchiminti e wo se me ko. Me e wo se me ti si abontina me nya mboa.
Sadly, her 3-year-old son, Kwame, who could barely utter any word, was present when the unfortunate incident happened.
Have you seen Daddy beat Mommy before? When? Did you tell Daddy to stop? Why? Were you afraid? You're afraid?
The man is said to have escaped. His departure has left the mother and her 2 children in constant fear.
I'm
very scared that he will return and finish me. I'm unable to sleep here with my kids. I wish I had a place of my own. I would be glad to get help.
The love Ekuya felt for Prince Kofi Sapong 13 years ago has quickly faded. After years of abuse, there's just one thing Ekuya wants.
Now I hate him very much. I'm convinced he wants to kill me.
Police fortune. Now won't call them cry. Just say, even OPA crying.
Isabella says although she loves her dad, she would want him behind bars for torturing her mother. She thinks that is the only way to protect her.
Everything will be alright when he's being arrested. He has tortured us too much. Now I'd like him to be there.
Ekuya, Isabella, and Kwame can only have that peace if Prince Kofi Sapong is found and made to face the law. Nancy Emefa Jodosi, Joy News.
Quite a sad story there. Away from that, the national security is engaging leadership of religious bodies to discuss how to enhance security at the various churches and mosques in the wake of security threats alerts. Director of Counterterrorism COP retired George Isiama says the meeting is to help the leadership appreciate the nature of threat plus identifying who a terrorist is. He wants the religious community to be vigilant despite the difficulty in preventing such accidents coupled with the porous nature of the country's borders.
when terrorism was in the Burkina area, they were attacking hard and soft targets. Hard targets, I think, military installations, and soft targets like people, markets, hotels, and other things. But right now, they have shifted their focus to the Christian communities, attacking churches, the congregations, and killing them. Well, Ghana is very close to Burkina. We share a border. And having regard to our porous borders, they may come in and go, and if we don't take care, one day they must strike. So we find a need to sensitize our people so that they see the nature of the threat, so that when they see a terrorist, they can even report. But if we do not sensitize them and we don't make them vigilant, we can be taken unawares. For example, we are in a church, we want many people to come to church, but I want the church security to be vigilant, inside and outside. Someone may come and park his car far away from the church, someone closer to the church. Someone may enter the church, go to the front of the church, getting nearer to the pastor. So if the people are vigilant, they may know that this person may be a bad guy. The point is that Ghana has got porous borders.
So you have to tighten it.
Yes, and we are doing all that, but the tourists are not going to come in a group like forces who are coming. People enter because of ECOWAS protocols and because of sharing traditional borders with these countries. For example, someone may have a farm across the border, so we may not know who will enter, who is not going to enter. Then I'll tell you what, the security agencies are wide awake. It's not all matters that we put into the public domain. Ghana, we have a counter-terrorism framework with a philosophy of multi-agency, multidisciplinary approach, where we have the military, the police, and all of us coming together to study the menace and find ways to deal with it.
We go to the phone lines now and speak with a man on the ground, Kwesi Parker Wilson. Kwesi, what's the latest from that meeting?
Well, so, Daniel, we are told that the participants, the religious bodies, including the Catholic Bishop Conference and also the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission, are pleased with the exercise. Now, what we know is that the three regions in the north, they've concluded or ended the exercise there. And for the national security, it is the main reason why they were able to identify the young man wielding a gun at the Hamley Church, the Catholic Church in Hamley. And so for them, it's a good exercise. And again, for the participant, it might not actually prevent the attack, perhaps, but with the knowledge they have acquired today, it is going to limit the impact because they're going out there to train their followers because they've been taught how to develop a plan, a security plan in the church and also in the mosque, and identify young men who have public safety background who are willing to serve as security men within the church and also in the mosque. So with all of these things, it's going to help them prevent the terror attack.
What was the response of the church leadership? Parker.
Hello, Daniel.
Yes, I was asking how the religious leaders have reacted to this.
Yeah, for them, they're very enthused about the training, or because they're being taken through counter-terrorism training. And for them, it is something that will go a long way to help the mosque and also the churches, because they will train their followers, they will train their members to be able to identify who a terrorist is.
Now, Parker, did the security couples give any indication of the steps they are taking to protect the citizenry?
Well, they say that it's actually a national security matter, is an intelligence-picking process, so they don't want to make their findings public. But for them, they are tightening security or beefed up security at the borders and making sure that they scrutinize individuals who enter the country. And this is one of the steps they are taking to safeguard a lot of the people in this country. So there's one thing for sure, that Ghanaians are safe. We shouldn't be worried at all.
Parker, thank you very much. And we'll continue where Parker left off because there's heavy security presence as the Ghana-Burkina Faso border in the wake of terrorist threats at the country's entry point. Counter-terrorism personnel have been deployed by national security to prevent terrorists from entering the country. The police in the Upper West region, which borders Burkina Faso, have arrested 2 Burkinabés with ammunition in the last 2 weeks. The Ghana Armed Forces Northern Sector Commander, Brigadier General Francis Ofori, says the team will be on the ground as long as the threat is imminent. He's also been urging hoteliers and landlords not to be fixated on the money they get from their hotels and houses, but also check the backgrounds of their clients. Brigadier General Francis made the statement at Tumu during his one-day tour of the Upper West region.
General Officer commanding the Northern Command, Brigadier General Francis Ofori, started the day at the Upper West Regional Coordinating Council, where he paid courtesy call on the Upper West Regional Minister, Dr. Hafiz bin Sali, to brief him about his tour of the region.
In March, you heard of the kidnapping of a Reverend Father in northern Burkina Faso. In April, there was the attack on Assemblies of God Church, with some casualties, including the head pastor, in the northeastern part of Burkina Faso. And then in May, you heard of the Catholic Church. So putting all of these things together with national security and the government has thought it necessary for us to shift a bit northwards to be able to secure our borders, to make it a bit more firmer.
Dr. Bin Sali assured Brigadier General Francis Ofori of the support of the Upper West Regional Security Council in helping to make the region safe for the people.
And we have taken certain measures, but like you indicated, when it comes to operational and tactical issues, you don't say it in the open for all to know. But at our level, we have taken certain steps, and we are beginning to realize the fruition of those measures.
The general officer commanding the Northern Command then headed to Tumu in the Sisala East municipality. Sisala East is home to over 800 Burkinabés who said they have fled the Francophone West African country over alleged unrest. They are in 4 communities, namely Woro, Kapung, Tanla, and Kusala. He was met on arrival by the Sisala East Municipal Chief Executive, Karim Nonyo.
People in Sisala East Municipality need peace, especially at this hour of the day and then at this period of the season. We are, about 90% of people here are farmers. And we've started getting our rains at the later part of May. So what I mean is that people will be getting ready to go to their farms. And as you know, farming as an economic activity, if there's no peace, it will be very difficult for people to do it as an economic activity.
Brigadier General Francis Ofori, in an interaction with leaders of selected youth groups, opinion and religious leaders in Tumu, urged hoteliers and landlords to check the background of their clients.
Also, we have people who have houses or rooms that they rent out. Don't be focused or fixated too much about the money that is coming to your pocket to the detriment of the community. We're not saying don't rent, but at least you must do a little background check on that individual before you rent out the accommodation. I hope it is clear.
He is aware of the country's porous borders and hence that there are plans to put a lid on them.
People streaming across the border, and our borders are very porous. I'm sure you know that. When you go to some of the places, I won't tell you. I will not tell you. We have noticed that some places where, there are no immigration or custom personnel there to be able to man the place. But we have noticed a lot of those, and we are beginning to seal them. Sealing them in the sense of monitoring, keeping an eye over some of these things. So that what goes in and comes out, we are able to have some measure of control over those things.
His last stop was Hambili, and he visited Ghana's Hambili border with Burkina Faso and interacted with security personnel there. Behind me is a church where the incident took place, where a 51-year-old Burkinabé stormed the church with a loaded pistol. He was arrested by authorities and then kept in police custody. And so the general officer commanding the Northern Command, Brigadier General Francis Ofori, is telling the people that they will not leave any stone unturned in their bid to make them safe. And so they are going to go after every mortal enemy of this state. And that's the reason why they need to do more education for the people to know what is happening in the country. So the onus now lies on the people for them to give these security agencies information to enable them apprehend these people. He rounded off his day's itinerary by meeting off camera the leadership of the Hamley Roman Catholic Church and the man whose alert led to the arrest of the 51-year-old Burkinabe gunman. Reporting for Joy News, Rafik Salam.
Live on Joy News today with me, Daniel Daze. Coming up, Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association resists government's decision to encrypt free-to-air television services till full licensing fee is paid.
Television is under siege in Ghana.
We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. And the Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association, GIBA, is kicking against government's move to introduce a technology that allows you to watch television only if you pay. GIBA says this will make mass media communication vulnerable. There's more in the following report.
At a forum on the theme Digital Migration and the Future of Free-to-Air Television in Ghana, participants spoke about the implication of a controlled decoder and an intermediary blocking mechanism. Executive Council member of GIBA, Prince Harry Crystal, said the association is also opposed to a decision to make the president the appointing authority of a 7-member governing board. He explained.
6 out of those membership are going to be coming directly paying their allegiance to the appointing authority, which is the president. So GIBA would be the only one out of that because we are sending a nominee to the 7-member board.
Who are the other 6?
So you have the Ministry of Communication, so definitely it's coming from government. You have Ministry of Finance coming from government. The chairperson will be appointed by the president. The CEO will be appointed by the president, and someone representing the public would also be appointed by the president. Now, the danger in there is that you are giving full control to the government, whereas in 1994, we fought for the liberalization of the airwaves. And 25 years on, we have served Ghana as the fourth estate of the realm.
Practically, how would this affect the performance of that board?
So I'll give you an example that happened in 2018 in Kenya. President Uhuru Kenyatta was sworn in as the president of Kenya. And then we saw Raila Odinga also mounting a stage to stage his own swearing-in ceremony. This is, to journalists, newsworthy. But there was a directive given that no TV station or radio station or the print media should carry Raila Odinga's swearing-in ceremony. So what happened is when the TV networks and radio networks carried it, immediately a call was placed to the DTT platform or the managers of the platform, and these channels were shut down. It is also within the remit of government.
It's a similar arrangement to what this is being proposed here.
It's a similar arrangement.
The general manager of Channel 4 in the UK, Gregory Bensberg, shared Britain's digital migration experience.
Then the regulator set the objectives for the licensees and how to deliver it. So they set very broad objectives. You know, you must do it by this date. You must do it such that people are informed about the options, informed how to convert. The government also put in place a scheme to subsidize, a bit like vouchers you have here, to enable people who couldn't afford to access the services to be given it for free. So there was a sort of a high-level policy and implementation approach. But then what happened was that government regulators told the broadcasters to do the plan. You know, it's up to you to think about how you want to deliver that because it's your service. Wow. You understand the network.
They told the broadcasters to bring the plan based on the objectives and the strategy.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then also the broadcasters were told to manage the communication to viewers because it's their viewers. They understand.
So they should manage the communication to their respective viewers.
Yes.
So they all understand what's going to happen.
Yes. Yeah. So
the immediate past chairman of the National Media Commission, Nana Kwesi Jana Pinting, said the ministry's move infringes on the Constitution.
The entire logic of Chapter 12 of the Constitution is to get government off the backs of the media. And therefore, to have any ministry using the digitization process as a means to come in, as indeed the Ministry of Communication appears to be doing, violates both the letter and spirit of the Constitution.
Executive Director of the Media Foundation for West Africa, Suleiman Ibrahima, called on the Communications Ministry to rescind its decision.
My appeal would be that the ministry shouldn't take it as though people from outside government are trying to dictate to government what it must do. It is about bringing everybody to the table, having a dialogue, listening to the views of people, because democracy, if anything at all, the benefit of democracy is that cross-fertilization of ideas, and at the end of the day, being able to come to a conclusion on the basis of refining the multiple ideas that are presented. And I think that should be the approach. If the ministry decides, no, we are the ministry, we are the government, we have the power, we want to do what we think is the best or what pleases us, I don't think that they will be serving the national interest.
And finally, before business, the Coalition of NGOs in Water and Sanitation, CONIWAS, held a press conference to brief the media on the state of sanitation in the country. Major concerns are still outlined on salubrity issues back in 2017. Now, back in 2017, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo launched an ambitious campaign under the theme, Every Day is Sanitation Day, to deal with the country's unsavory sanitation challenges. 18 months later, an independent assessment was made by CONIWAS, which is made public today. We'll bring you details in later bulletins. It's now time for business.